Where'd you get your sweatshirt or your shirt in general?
I got it at an antique store up in Wisconsin.
Always the
I know, isn't it great? It's so early 90s, I can't stand it. All right, so we good? All right, I'm just trying to get as much of the extra dust out as possible. There we go. So this is what I have at the moment, right? It ain't much. But fortunately for me, I already have those lines scored where I need to trim because I used my marking gauge beforehand. Yay! So what I'm gonna do is get this in the vise, and I'm gonna do my very best to both clamp it below where the hole stops so that I'm not squeezing the sides at all, and also keep it pretty parallel to the floor because, you know, just it's easier to work with and easier to keep track of if something is like flat or not. All right, so there it is. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my wide chisels, have a mallet for this, and I'm just going to kind of trim a transition all the way around the top. So I rest my chisel in that score line that I made, haha, because it's there. Make sure that I'm actually straight up and down, and just barely give it a tippy tap, okay? When you're working with something like this, if it's visible, you're going to want to actually keep the chisel in slightly from the corner because it kind of forces itself out as it goes. If you start at the corner, it'll kind of overcut. These won't be visible though, so it's not super critical, but you know. All right, and then same thing, coming over to the other side here. Tippity tap. Repeat. Tippity skippity. Because I'm not left-handed, I can't get this in. There we go. All right, and then same thing on the end. I usually use a narrower chisel than what is here. So even though 3/8 is a standard chisel size, I've got my 1/4 inch one because I'm not gonna like get stuck in here. That'll often happen with one that's exactly the right size. As you go down, it's like, ugh, you gotta wrench the thing back out. So, I just look for my end reference, tippity tap. Same thing on that side. Come on, baby. There we go. All right, so once you've got that outline kind of dealt with, come back in and take a tiny little bevel. Or, if not a bevel, then just like a first layer of material. I'm just trying to establish a nice flat edge. And you'll notice I've actually got my 1/4 inch chisel upside down while I'm doing this to help me like hold this at a comfortable angle, essentially. Just a little bit more right there. All right. Once I've got that initial clean transition, then I can go a little bit harder on the whole thing. And I'm gonna just start to pare back all of that extra material. I may, before I do that, actually go at it just a little bit with the small guy where the 2 holes didn't meet, right? To kind of break out some extra material. I'll have to take out more the further down I get, but you know, that's gonna help clear the way for my larger chisel to go through. You're gonna wanna use the largest chisel you can for this. So, you know, the wider it is, the greater the reference. If it's too narrow, it'll start to twist as you go through, and then you're gonna end up with something that is kind of star-shaped in the end. Likewise, you wanna go straight down. You're gonna be able to tell whether or not you're going straight down and having a straight-sided mortise by the kind of the path left behind between those holes, right? So right now it has symmetrical ridges that are coming up between all of the drill holes, right? So as I am paring down, if that like piece of material looks like it's getting wider, I'm taking away too much. If it looks like it's getting narrower, it's still not going to be the same. You want that differentiation between the lines to be parallel, right? Does that make sense to everybody? How that would be? Yeah, good, huzzah. So all I'm going to do, I was thinking I would pair it that way, but I think I'm going to start it this way. Do whatever is comfortable, but you can see how I've got myself like straight up and down here, and I've got myself anchored as well with my finger. And again, tippity tap. I'm still close enough to the top that I want to be really careful, which is why I'm like taking tiny tippity taps. Technical term, tiny tippity taps. But just be careful to keep this from twisting. Frequently what I have to do when I'm doing this is I get it into the slot and I have to push it against the back and put a little bit of counter turn on it. So just watch as you're doing the tippy tap to make sure it's not shifting as you go. Job of rolling here. And then same thing on the ends. You go a little deeper. And again, break that layer out. So this method is time consuming. It just is. But it's good to know, because for a while there, that's how people did it, you know? All right. Got enough material out now that I can kind of trim these peaks a bit further. Satan's rule. I'm going to try to get a little bit more out there before I pass it around. Okay. Yep. So what I'm doing is I am angling my chisel in towards the inside of the mortise, because what I'm trying to do is get that piece of debris to break free. If I go straight up and down, it's going to actually start to pinch. By doing it this way, this bevel is going to push it out instead of down. Come on, lovely. I know you want to help me out here. Come on. There we go. Remember, swearing at it or sweet talk. One of the two will work. I usually start with the sweet talk and then move to the swearing. So I'm just trying to break out that excess. That was a bit of poor planning on my part in terms of that layout. Okay, so I've got the majority cleared out in terms of mass, but the sides are not remotely parallel yet. So that's going to be the thing I do next. So this is what it looks like. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, you can.
Good. Pass that around and take a look.
What's your method that you usually do?
I usually use the domino cutter. Before I have a domino, I use the horizontal slot more for the most. So
That was like the most annoying to set up, I want to say. But definitely whenever I was cutting mine, it was like, oh yeah, this is great. And I could see how nice it is whenever you have a lot to do in a row.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. If you have so many, like, yeah. But no, I do enough of this kind of work now that I could justify the expense. Plus, I was in the process of rebuilding my credit after a bankruptcy, and I took out a personal loan to buy it and reestablish my credit. So, 2 birds. Anyway. All right, so now all I'm going to do is pare this back until I feel like it is correct.
So the domino cutter is like a biscuit cutter? I'm
Yep.
assuming?
Yep, but it has a router bit that goes back and forth like this
Oh.
and then cuts channels.
Oh.
They're real expensive. Seriously.
How much?
Yeah, at least $1,000.
Okay.
Mine was $1,400 like 6 years ago, 7 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
It's way more than that
Yeah.
now. Debbie has the smaller model. That's the other thing too, is I bought the XL because it has, it accommodates larger dominoes. Debbie's does anything from like something really, really tiny up to, I think we have 2 sizes that overlap or something, 8 mil, 10 mil. So, but you know, I occasionally have to do things like build doors, and I need a much larger domino for that, you know. But yeah, it's the shit. Alright, come on, baby. Oh yeah, I did such a bad job of lining up those holes. That's incredible. Sarah Martin. So if I'm at all concerned about whether or not my, sorry, totally got my train deboarded. If I'm concerned about making sure my walls are parallel, I can check as I go with my combo square. It's a little bit tricky just because there's not a ton of space in there, but you can get that guy in there, and then what you're gonna wanna do is just twist it until you can see the ruler engaging that side. And you'll be able to tell, is it touching the whole way down? Is there a gap somewhere? Like, it's good stuff. All right. I know, it's the most interesting thing we've ever done. We've got 2 kids signed up for Wood 2 so far.
Oh, no.
Yeah. We've got Katie Hart and Ryan Bridgeforth.
Yay, Ryan!
Yep, Ryan will be back.
Yeah, they're really upset they couldn't do it this semester. Oh,
Yeah, I know. I'm tempted to just skip them ahead to upholstery, but I did that with you, didn't I?
Yeah, you skipped me ahead to the chair, and
How did you feel about that? It was too much, wasn't it?
you see my chair.
Well, but that wasn't the upholstery semester, it was the chair
No,
semester.
yeah.
So,
But maybe upholstery would be. I don't know anything about upholstery, so I can't say if it would be easier or not.
the thing about upholstery is that it's not real woodworking heavy. So whatever the substructure is, half the time it's made out of crap.
Yeah.
Seriously, and it's like screwed together, and it's not joinery specific,
Okay.
right?
I was thinking it was more like that because honestly, I thought about this too, and I was like, these wood babies are going to be going into something they won't fully understand. But I also thought
Except
it was
I
like,
think they might be okay.
Yeah, I think they would be.
I think with the people you said specifically.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, especially like when she said that as soon as I was like, oh, never mind.
And then, you know, the following semester I can do as much as I hate it, I'll do the 2 curriculum thing again. Makes my life awful, but you know, it's kind of the only option I've got.
What would we do the following semester in like the spring? What would be our next?
I am not sure. I'd have to, cabinets and case goods.
Okay.
Yeah,
Awesome.
cabinets
Okay.
and case goods. Because that is, huh?
I said, yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
I'm going to notice again.
As I go, I need to periodically just clear the mortise. Because it, you know, the material gets compacted in there and it doesn't do any good. I'm working on the ends at the moment before I switch this whole thing around. This one is the kind of the most intense. Did you get all your classes?
I'm trying to like delete one on my phone
Oh yeah?
and then schedule it because I forgot I have to do that.
What do you have to take?
Well, yeah, how do I get on? Okay.
Go for it, kids. This is,
Sorry.
no. Go for it, kids. This is gonna take a hot minute.
I'm sure trying to get an open eye.
No, listen.
Oh,
We're going to roll
To be honest, I didn't even realize it was time to schedule.
You're freaking kidding.
So you
You can schedule. Okay.
I'm gonna do that with us.
I don't know, so we're doing this.
Luckily, it's mostly like most of my classes are gonna be like empty anyway. So
Yeah,
Just push
exactly.
trash. You push the
gotta
trash
wait till
button
Friday.
and it'll take it off. Or you can just unselect
I want to see how long it
and it'll
takes for
also
wood
do that.
one to fill. We've had 3 kids as of yesterday,
I'm sorry, but I thought that would be around here.
but we'll see.
Girl, I'm sorry, I know you can do it.
well, I don't have any other choice. I think I can do painting and drawing because I enjoy those 2 things.
Yeah,
I don't enjoy any other class besides those 2. So.
You don't do
I mean, yes, I enjoy
Okay,
wood,
wood's
but
on
any
that.
other studios, like no.
I give it to you for painting. After the semester, I think I'm done.
I like metals too, but it's just such a late time.
Yeah.
And I am so tired right now.
metals is so much fun,
I
especially
really do it.
casting.
You should do
I love
it.
casting.
Next semester, next semester
I have to
is
really
late.
get myself to do that time.
No, it's like 8:15.
I have to do it next semester. So.
7:15 is when it gets out.
I really have to wait
For metals, yeah, it gets out earlier than y'all's does.
Well, I'm out of photo classes, so I'm just
That's
trying to
fair.
throw stuff
I mean,
in.
my Mondays and Wednesdays
what to
are
put,
long
so I'm like,
days.
we'll do
Like
that.
today, I'm here from 9:30 until 7:15. So
Besides metals, I
Yeah, nothing interrupts metals because it's so late.
wait, no. That's on Monday.
You have no
My introduction to photo is like till 5:50 or something like that. It's 5 something.
Am I not allowed to schedule yet from the junior? It says
I don't have my. There's my phone. Never mind.
you have no registration time to.
I think it's tomorrow for juniors. I think.
I have an email from John. that
Seniors
tells
were
me-
today.